I'm never weak, I never cease. Till eternity, I'm on fire. My legacy will not die. My family is for life. But them they would them be. Them go place, them go die. Them go say, them don't go. It's this song. No me, all of them don't be good. I'm not joking. No matter them know me. So things I've been writing this song. I love you, but if you ask them know me.
More music on trendybeats.com. trendybeats.com.
What's up, looking my loose? We taking your time, was it? When you know life is sharp, me, I'm not well. From my family, we start running for show. Me, I'm not well. I can shout, you deli body, oh, no, tea, oh. When I go for your party, oh, them must go. Ele pode ser, no de buga, set, no de buga, ele pode ser, no de buga, set, no de buga, set. What's up, taking my loss? We taking no down, when you know life is sharp, me, I'm not well. What's out for you, shine? From your left, I love it, leba, darling, never, ballin', forever, good dick, like a poacher, baby, enter, get money, could you go paper? You want you a big boss, you want a bamba, push out, bag, oh, she did bamba, oh yeah, order. Aquaba, you could be gas, you could be Tomagana, oh yeah, Seki, never. Abadola, politics to bash seven. Oh yeah, give me pim, pop. Okay, pop. Oh yeah, second money go sucker. Back booty up for me, yellow pop. Ele pode ser, no de buga, set, no de buga, ele pode ser, no de buga, set, no de buga, set. What's up, cookie, my little sweet? We picking your time, when you like to share me, I'm not going sorry for the share. Come on, finally, Mr. Money, you show.
More music on trendybeats.com.
Slowly I did up. Money on my mind. Yeah, what they yarning about me in particular. Out here on the road chasing my dream because I know I'm chasing for me. Ọlọ́lọ́lá dé máa ń gbọ́ mọ́ lọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan ìdí ṣọ́mọ́ lọ. Ẹbí wọn sílẹ̀ jẹ́ kó máa lọ. Find anybody na money I want. They hear wetin people dey love. Wọ́n ti gbé àṣà kẹ́lẹ́tì lọ. Since life una wanna get another one, I go take and do wetin I love. Wetin you love, oh. Baby, wetin I love, oh. Wetin I love, I give you my freedom. I go to be for you. I'm on the change. But I know I know the ways. I'm on the change. Just carry on, to be no time. Bad boy day, me I dey fine, and at the same time, me I dey high. But you don't most stand out, calm down, you go dey fine like fine wine, don't decline. Sick about it, extraordinary things. Show me love, I go show you more. Bó ṣe ń ṣe wò bó ṣe ń ṣe ọmọ yìí ló ń tẹjà ṣíkí ni mo fọ́ fàyè yéèyè. Lọ́ládé máa ń gbọ́mọ lọ, ọ̀rọ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ ìbí ṣọ́mọ lọ. Ẹbí wọn sílẹ̀ jẹ́ kó máa lọ. Find anybody na money I want. They hear wetin people dey love. Wọ́n ti gé àṣà kẹ́lẹ́tì lọ. Since life na one no get another one, I go take and do wetin I love. Wetin you love, oh. Wetin I love, oh. Wetin I love, I go do. I will love, I go change. But I know I know the ways that this time I'm change.
More music on trendybeats.com.
Ìwà ló bá jù. Àgbọ̀dù ọgbọ́n, a máa mọ lọ́pọ̀pọ̀, ó ti lápọ̀jù. Sọ́wọ́n tó pọ̀lọpọ̀lọ, èèyàn kò gba gidi ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀. Òun dàkúnjẹ ń sinmi ṣe mí jọ́lọ̀. Tèmi yàtọ̀ sáwọn nǹkan kàmí sọ́tọ̀. Ọjọ́bọ̀, ẹgbà lọ́gọ̀lọ́gọ̀lọ́gọ̀ tó bá pọ̀pọ̀. Say tonight for the club, we go turn up. Everybody ready for the bubble. Àwọn nìkan ní kò sóṣù. I no go let anyone control. Anything I want to, I do to. I want the money for social. I no go let anyone control. Anything I want to, I do to. Ọgbọ́n Sadiq, àgbọ̀dún, ọgbọ́n, a máa mọ́ lápapọ̀, ó sì lápọ̀jù.
More music on trendybeats.com.
Butterfly for my belly. You giving me energy. I don't dey lose my composure. Come me losing control. Giving me more than I need. Everything where you carry for body. Even if what I carry me pepe. No fit to revise you my oreke. My reading my blue. My activity or reading from Monday to Sunday. Say you be my goal. Bless you and not everything I go do for my pepe. My reading my blues. My activity or reading from Monday to Sunday. Say you be my goal. Yeah, not everything I go do for my pepe. My chicken, my muse. Everything, my baby. My reading, my blue. So many things you did do, nobody do me like you do. My chicken, my muse. Everything, my baby. My reading, my blue. So many things you did do, nobody do me carry you play happy to lose. Carry my love, put it all on you. And I get the money, money for two. Over my retina when you come through. Now you be my personal person. Forget it, that I ain't the blessing. Other guys, they don't teach me lesson. And not only you in the distress. Shaping up person. My nigga, my new. Everything, my baby. My reading, my blue. So many things you did do. Nobody do me like you do. My nigga, my new. Everything, my baby, my reading, my do. So many things you did do, nobody do me like you do. Carry you from my head, my shoulder. Back up on you, my knees and toes. Now you behind me, I don't want to stop. Nobody do me like you do. Carry you from my head, my shoulder. Back up on you, my knees and toes. Now you behind me, I don't want to stop. Nobody do me like you do. Ah, me like you do. Baby, nobody do me like you do. Yeah, yeah. Hello, with everybody for you. I did just shake belly. But it's up on belly. Deliver like I get belly. Them say I did go sell. Them say I did go tell you. Fortuna, I go make you Joe Dada. Say you get the power. City passing, I'm get you. Kiki Kagawa. Just you this me love our. Got them falling, Yakata. You know I see sabi girl they do. Sabi, sabi, only reason why them they call me YOLO. While you be fin, I'm still thinking anything.
Hello. Okay. Good to go. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, good morning, our distinguished guests. I say welcome to the 2024 Corporate Members Forum. We're about to start now. We apologize for the delay. It's supposed to start by 10 a.m., but then we were expecting some of our dignitaries to be present. Okay, my name is Esther Adeyoju, and I'm the team lead corporate communications for the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria. And I say, welcome on board. I'm going to be taking you on a flight with me for 2.5 hours. And I want you to fasten your seatbelts and 2.5 hours. So fasten your seatbelts and enjoy the ride with me. But before we go further into this program, I would like to recognize some of the dignitaries that are present here in our midst. I have the president and the chairman of the Governing Council of our great institute, Malam Ahmed Ladan Gubiu, FCIPM. Please, a round of applause for him. Thank you, sir. A round of applause. I think we can do better. You're welcome, sir. And I also have in our midst the Vice President of our great institute, Mrs. Chidima Obiejese, MCIPM. We can do better. We can do better. Thank you, Ma. And we have the National Treasurer. I'm sure she's online, Mrs. Ogochukwu Egbuonu, MCIPM. A round of applause. She's listening. She's online. And then we have the Registrar and Chief Executive. Is she online? So we have the Registrar and Chief Executive of also our great institute, Miss Oluwatoyin Naiwo, FCIPM. A round of applause. And then we have the immediate past president, Mr. Olusegun Mojid, FCIPM. Okay. And then we have the deputy registrar also in our midst, Mr. Benga Odetunde. A round of applause for him. We also have the director of the membership and market development, Mr. Oluwatayo Olawale. Yes, MCIPM. Let's a round of applause. And then also a round of applause for all the distinguished guests in our midst also. Okay, so right about now, we're going to start with the national anthem. And we're starting with the old national anthem. I hope we're familiar with it. Okay, the national. Thank you, sir. So please, let's rise for the national anthem. Thank you.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. No tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigeria, small and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be our symbol, that truth and justice reign. In peace, all power to honor, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children, our banner we all sing. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria shall be blessed.
Thank you, everyone. So I'm going to call on the deputy registrar for the code of conduct.
Thank you, Esther. Shall we be seated, please? Okay, you want to listen? Mr. President and Chairman of the Governing Council, Malam Ahmed Ladan Gober, FCIPM, please permit me to rest on the already established protocol. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we be upstanding as we take the Institute's code of conduct? You are going to repeat after me. When you will get to where I say I, you are going to put your name there. Shall we go? The Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, as the apex regulatory body for human resource management practice in Nigeria, is committed to the highest possible standard of professional conduct and competency among its members. Therefore, as a member of the Institute, I, Benga Samuel Odetunde, pledge that I shall at all times carry out my duties and responsibilities with integrity and diligence, demonstrate competence and ethical behavior in all my business, professional, and personal activities, respect the laws of the land, promote, encourage, and embrace acceptable processes and procedures in the practice of human resource management within my sphere of influence, endeavor to make personal decisions after considering all options, of which resignation may be one. In defense of this code of conduct, where there are conflicts between my professional obligations and the expectations of my job roles. So help me God. Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen.
Without wasting our time, I would like to call on the President and Chairman of the Governing Council for CIPM, Mr. Why am I saying Mr.? I'm used to saying Mr. I'm sorry, sir. Malam Ahmed Ladan Gobi, CIPM. Please come forward for your welcome address, sir.
The Vice President, Mrs. Chidima Obiejesi, MCIPM, the National Treasurer, Mrs. Ogochukwu Egbuonu, MCIPM, the Registrar and Chief Executive, Ms. Oluwatoyin Naiwo, FCIPM, the immediate past President, Mr. Olusegun Majid, FCIPM, FNLI, distinguished elected council members, governing council members and fellows, distinguished corporate members of our great institute, our esteemed keynote speaker, Mr. Ephraim Osunde, FCIPM, Manager Learning and Development, Chevron Nigeria, our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again. It is with great pleasure that I address and warmly welcome you to the 2024 edition of the Corporate Members Forum of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, CIPM, with the theme, the Nigerian Business Environment, Values of Collaboration and Partnership. The Corporate Members Forum is CIPM's commitment to facilitating networking opportunities and knowledge sharing amongst our corporate members. This forum is designed not only to foster meaningful collaborations, but also to provide a platform for exchanging ideas, best practices, and strategies that are pivotal to advancing HR excellence and organizational success. As an institute, we recognize the critical role that collaboration and partnership play in driving sustainable business growth and fostering a resilient economic landscape. Collaboration allows organizations to leverage diverse strengths and resources, leading to enhanced innovation, productivity, and ultimately competitive advantage in the marketplace. According to recent statistics, it has been established that businesses that prioritize collaboration are more likely to experience substantial growth and profitability. In fact, a research from the Harvard Business Review indicates that companies with a collaborative culture achieve higher levels of employee engagement and are 5 times more likely to be high performing. Based on these statistics, our discussion today will therefore focus on how strategic alliances, both within and across industries, can drive innovation and create value in our dynamic business environment. Fora such as this provide an opportunity to explore new opportunities, tackle challenges, and pave the way for a prosperous future for our organizations and the Nigerian economy. This is why we extended invitations beyond our membership to include non-corporate members as well. This aligns with our commitment to delivering value not only to our corporate members who are organizations registered with CIPM, but also to our broader community. I would like to extend a heartfelt appreciation to our esteemed keynote speaker, Mr. Ephraim Osunde, FCIPM, who, like I said earlier, is the Manager, Learning and Development at Chevron, Nigeria. Mr. Osunde's expertise in cultivating effective partnerships within the corporate sphere is invaluable. And so, we eagerly anticipate his insights on navigating the complexities of the Nigerian business environment. I'd also like to extend my sincere gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to join us today, both physically and virtually. Your active participation underscores your dedication to advancing professional excellence and shaping the future of HR practice in Nigeria. We therefore encourage all to engage thoughtfully, share our perspectives openly, and forge collaborations that will not only benefit our respective organizations, but also contribute to the broader socio-economic development of our nation. Thank you once again, and I wish you all a productive and enriching experience at today's Corporate Members Forum. Long live the CIPM, long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. At CIPM, we deliver value through people. Thank you.
Please, a round of applause for that wonderful keynote address from our president. You know, one of the things that he mentioned that actually caught my interest was that statistics, about 50% productivity increase once businesses learn to collaborate. That's very fantastic. A round of applause for him once again. And then he mentioned something that also piqued my interest. He said, CIPM, we are always delivering value through people. And that's why we extended this invitation even to non-corporate members. A round of applause for CIPM. Okay, so without further ado, we are going to go to the keynote presentation from our special guest speaker. But before then, I would like to read his profile. Please kindly project. Mr. Ephraim Osunde, FCIPM, is a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, and is also a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Development in the UK. His career spans 38 years of post-graduation experience, marked by significant contribution to various national and multinational companies across different sectors. He presently serves as the Manager Learning and Development in Chevron Nigeria. Beyond his corporate achievements, he has dedicated close to 30 years as a pastor at the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG, guiding and supporting his community. He's also an inspiring educator, known for his dynamic speaking and coaching skills. He's an internationally certified facilitator who has helped shape the careers of many aspiring leaders. Mr. Ephraim Osude's profile reflects a blend of professional acumen and spiritual guidance, making him a unique figure in his field. Now, can we please, let's clap and rise for Mr. Ephraim Osude as he takes the podium. Let's keep clapping. It's not easy to have a 38 years of experience. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for your kind words of introduction. And I'd like to first of all say good morning, everyone. And thank you very much to CIPM for the honor of this opportunity to speak to you today. I'd like to ask that I please stand on existing protocol and to bring you greetings from my Director of Human Resources, who is very much aware and aligns with my presence here this morning. It is an honor to address you today on a theme of paramount importance. And I'd like to say that navigating the complexities and the opportunities in the Nigerian dynamic business environment is one that we recognize requires the transformative power of collaboration and partnership. Our esteemed president, in a short speech, has done justice to the topic by providing quite some insightful statistics and words that describe the positive nature of collaboration and partnership. However, let me first invite us to have a conceptual and philosophical agreement on the key words of the theme upon which my discussion will be premised. The key words that I've taken, values of collaboration and partnership, could mean that partnership and collaboration are important. But it could also mean that ultimately collaboration and partnership are standards of corporate behavior, universal principles, which define or required for success in the Nigerian business landscape. And if you look at both of these perspectives, they are positive outlooks. And it is on this note of positivity that I will pitch my tent in this conversation this morning. I realize that there are those who will recount tales of woe resulting from attempts to partner and collaborate. But my focus today will not be on the tales of woe. So please don't take me to that perspective. And as I will share when I get to the end of my talk, I always have this cliche that I share with people. And I say to them, no matter how ghastly a road accident has been, no matter if the ghastly accident is due to the poor performance of the vehicle, no victim of a road accident will ever say, don't take me to the hospital with a car. None. No matter how ghastly an airplane crash has been, as one plane is crashing on the tarmac is closed temporarily, and there are people in the airport waiting to board another plane to their destination. So if you've had tales of woe resulting from collaboration and partnership in your experience, it does not mean that these are words or practices or behaviors that do not stand the test of time. And so let's first of all have a quick look into the Nigerian business landscape. It is now almost a cliche to say that Nigeria is rich in resources, natural resources, and has a youthful and energetic population. However, despite these strengths, the Nigerian business environment presents a unique set of challenges, which include but are not limited to infrastructural deficits, regulatory complexities, and socio-political uncertainties. However, other people and other players have said that despite these challenges, there are significant opportunities waiting to be harnessed through effective collaboration and strategic partnerships, like the president has said. Now, let me define some domains of collaboration and put before us to consider today. There is the domain of business and government or governmental agencies or regulatory bodies. That is collaboration, partnership between businesses and governmental agencies, regulatory bodies, as well as government in itself. There are people who say, I would never do business with government. That's okay. But there's no business that will succeed without having one eye on what government is doing. Because government is the one that sets the regulatory framework, the environment. And if we are to succeed as businesses, we must have an eye on what is going on and seek to influence what is going on through effective partnership. There's also the partnership between business to business, B2B. There's a partnership between businesses and employees. There's a partnership between business and labor unions. There's a partnership between business and professional bodies. There's a partnership between business and other stakeholders in the landscape of business. And so some of these domains we will touch on as we proceed in this conversation. Now, the president has told us a little bit of the benefits of collaboration. I'd like to share a few of them, and I will see some as we progress. So we have the power benefits of collaboration. Some of them include innovation and growth. Collaboration fosters innovation. And when businesses and startups and industries come together or collaborate or partner, they pool resources, they share knowledge, and they create synergies that lead to groundbreaking solutions. There's also the aspect of risk. In a volatile environment like ours, partnerships can mitigate risks, and by sharing various burdens, including financial burdens, and leveraging the diverse expertise of we find that regulatory support is important, and businesses that want to effectively collaborate need to continue to engage government such that an enabling environment is created that encourages partnership. If we leave it to government alone, we may find that government may not give us what we want. Recently, about a few months ago, there was a law that was enacted, or there was, I think it was an executive order, that perhaps did not take into consideration a lot of the existing issues, a lot of the existing practices, and that had to do with expatriate quota issues. And I think after that came up, despite the fact that there was a lot of noise about it, but players in the industry engaged government to see how that can be managed such that authentic people, authentic players in the industry are not deprived of the expertise that exists between the parent companies and the subsidiaries, because you find that there is a cross-pollination of talent, where if you want to send your own talent outside to gain the necessary experience, there's a commensurate expectation that talents will also come in here, experts. And so while it is a law that protects our country and our people, but the companies need to have engagement to ensure. And such engagements are often necessary even before the law is prescribed. People need to understand that they need to have an ear to what is going on, some form of intelligence that will gauge what is going to come out. And so regulatory support, streamlining regulatory processes, ensuring policy consistency, and providing incentives for joint ventures are crucial if collaboration is to be effective. There's also the aspect of trust building. The second ingredient that I like to mention is that of trust building. Trust is the foundation of any successful partnership, and businesses must prioritize transparency, integrity, and mutual respect in their dealings with each other. Trust is the foundation, and there needs to be established a clear communication channel and the need to align common goals in order to build and maintain trust. The third ingredient that I'd like to mention is the issue of capacity building, which is our own forte as CIPM. There's the need to invest or continue to invest in human capital development, training and development, retraining, reskilling, and all the buzzwords we can use can enhance the skills and capabilities of the workforce to ensure that businesses are fully able to leverage the benefits of collaboration. There's also the final ingredient that I'd like to mention, which is inclusive growth. Partnership should aim for inclusivity. It's not a desire that should be restricted to big businesses alone. Small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, they play a critical role in the Nigerian economy. And so collaborative efforts should include these enterprises, ensuring that growth and development are inclusive and widespread. Now, I'd like to then, having given a general review of what the concept of collaboration and partnership should entail and an overview of the entire landscape, I'd like to zero in into the sector that I'm a bit more familiar and practicing at the moment, which is the Nigerian energy sector, and to share examples of collaboration and partnerships in terms of the opportunities and the challenges. The energy sector in Nigeria plays a crucial role in Nigeria's development and has been said to be the backbone of the economy. And therefore, embracing collaboration and partnership in this sector has yielded significant benefits, despite the obvious challenges that are still in existence. And examining these can provide valuable insights for future endeavors. The Nigerian energy sector, particularly the oil and gas, has historically been the mainstay of the economy and contributes substantially to government revenues and export earnings. However, the sector also faces numerous challenges, including fluctuating oil prices, aging infrastructure, regulatory complexities, and the problem of environmental pollution and challenges. The emergence of renewable energy also presents both a challenge and an opportunity for diversification in the energy sector of Nigeria. The benefits for collaboration and partnership in the energy sector, I'd like to mention a few, in addition to the other benefits we've mentioned. For example, resource optimization. Partnerships allow for optimal use of resources, and by sharing expertise, technology, and capital, stakeholders can enhance operational efficiencies and reduce costs. There's also the second aspect of risk sharing. Collaboration helps distribute the financial and operational risk associated with energy projects, which are typically very cost or capital intensive. I have already mentioned innovation, but there's also the aspect of technology transfer, because partnership facilitates the transfer of the transfer of technology, as well as innovation, which are critical for modernizing the energy sector. I also like to mention as a benefit the whole concept of sustainability. Collaborative efforts can lead to a more sustainable practices, and this partnership can help focus on environmental protection, community engagement, and the emerging concept of renewable energy, which can drive long-term sustainability in the energy sector. I would now like to focus on a few of the successful examples of partnership in the energy sector. They abound, quite a plethora of them that many of us may not be aware of. Joint ventures in the oil and gas industry is one where the Nigerian Petroleum Corporation and major international oil companies that abound, I'd not like to mention them, of course, like the company I serve with and others, have enabled significant investments in oil exploration and production through long-standing joint ventures. And this has led to increased output and technological advancement. There are instances of oil fields in the deep water sector. The deep water is one that comes with the complexity, and there are huge projects that some companies have embarked on, projects that would have been completely out of our reach. The predominant ones that we are familiar with are in the swamp areas where our first oil fields were discovered. But as the output of those swamp fields are beginning to diminish, the search for oil goes into the deep water space. And the deep water space is one that requires quite huge capital and technological input. And we've seen companies that come with huge and massive infrastructure, such like what we call the FPSO, which is the floating production and storage facilities that are out there in the deep waters of our oceans. And they are there, huge ships that are there to extract and store and transmit crude oil. Those are made possible by collaboration. There's also the public-private partnership in independent power projects that we see dotting the landscape in the economy. We may say, how has it contributed? But you will recognize that a little effort here and there. If the intent of those projects are realized, we will see that more of it will come, and we'll hear stories of such successful ones. There are some of them that are landmarks in the Nigerian power sector, representing fully financed private sector power plants. There is one that has produced, there are many, producing various levels of megawatts into the grid. And many of them are projects sponsored by the World Bank and in collaboration with local conglomerates that have been put together for that purpose. There are other renewable energy initiatives that are bound across the landscape of the Nigerian energy industry. There's also the other part of the partnership that is very important, what we call local content development. We find that a lot of Nigerian companies have enhanced their local capacity, skills transfer, and job creation because of the partnership that has existed, where things that used to be done outside the country, because of the local content law, the IOCs have empowered local companies, and they've come up with very, very exciting initiatives. And these projects have boosted oil production, as well as enhanced local capacity, skills transfer, job creation, which aligns with the Nigerian local content policy. How can we ensure future collaboration in the energy sector? I've already mentioned the issue of a robust regulatory framework. The other time, the government came up with the Petroleum Industry Law. It used to be the Petroleum Industry Act, and it's been on for a long time. And they tried to get it on their own, but until they got the IOCs involved, so that as you are addressing one problem, you don't create another problem by scaring away investors and by making the environment hostile. It is the involvement of these players that has led to the evolution of one where the law seems to meet the interest of all stakeholders. Maybe it's not yet there. There are still areas of conversation and arguments. I'm not an expert in that law, so don't ask me a question about it. But the bottom line is that it is the partnership. At some point, the government wanted to throw something at the players, but as they realized that that would not be effective, there has been collaboration to come up with something that is more robust and that meets the objective. So the regulatory framework needs to be streamlined, policy consistency needs to be enhanced, and incentives for joint ventures will attract more investment and foster collaboration. I've also mentioned the issue of capacity building. There's also the need for community engagement. Partnerships should prioritize community engagement and corporate social responsibility, ensuring that local communities benefit from energy projects which will foster goodwill and support for these initiatives. Quite a lot of these players, international players, make community engagement something that is very critical. Although again, we have challenges in that area where communities sometimes do not maximize the opportunities that are offered to them, but the leaders in those communities are more self-centered as to what they will get than what the community will benefit from. I would also like to mention the increasing existence of innovation hubs. And so establish innovation hubs and research centers that focus on energy technologies can drive collaboration between the academia, the industry, and government. And these hubs can act as incubators for new ideas and solutions in the energy sector, just like we are seeing in the IT space today. And so we encourage that that happens in the energy sector. I'd like to look at a few other collaboration and partnerships in Nigeria, for example, that my organization and others have been involved in. I've talked about the development of deep water and offshore interests. There are also various projects along the various projects that are meant to address gas flaring and enhance gas utilization in Nigeria. There are projects that have been dedicated, quite a number of projects in phases. There are also projects that have to do with corporate social responsibility, the initiatives. Some of them are in the area of health, some are in the area of education, some are in the area of economic development, and some are in the area of environmental conservation. For example, many of you are familiar with the Lekki Conservation Center, which is just after the toll gate there, Chevron toll gate. That's a facility that Chevron, in partnership with the Nigerian Conservative Society or Fund, has kept going for several years. It's a tourist attraction. It's also an opportunity to protect our flora and fauna of the company. If you've not visited that place, please make it a destination of choice for yourself. We also look at the area of other field development initiatives. We look at the various collaborations that have to do with scholarships that people are offered. I don't want to bore you with the details. And we also look at, for example, the West African gas pipeline is a project that we are establishing in line with other players, where there's a landmark regional energy infrastructure initiative that is aimed at promoting energy security and economic integration to West Africa. And so the gas pipeline passes through a number of countries into Ghana. And then we also have collaboration with professional bodies. Our organization has effective collaboration with various professional bodies, ranging from the Nigerian Society of Engineers, partnership with the Nigerian Association of Petroleum Explorationists, partnership with even CIPM, and we're hoping that there could be opportunities for enhanced partnership with CIPM. Recently, I think the Lekki Badore chapter came to visit with us, and we had some useful conversations, and one of our senior managers spoke at one of their fora. So there's enhanced participation, and we do provide some sponsorship, even though we know that they're asking more. Every year, we send quite a huge number of delegates to that conference, and we're hoping that this year we'll do the same. And so it's important that that collaboration exists between organizations and professional bodies. There's also the partnership with labor unions in order to promote the welfare and professional development of senior staff in the petroleum and natural gas resources, as well as the junior staff. There's also partnership that enhances joint health and safety of the unions. There's also collaboration with employees, and I think Mr. President has already mentioned that such collaboration increases employee engagement. So our organization, for example, is committed to fostering a positive and productive working environment, which is exemplified by its partnership with employees. And this partnership includes various areas of employee development and training programs, employee health and wellness program, and employee engagement and communication. Obviously, the benefits are quite immense. I would like to begin to close by also talking about partnership with regulatory bodies and government agencies. Of course, we have ongoing partnership with the various regulators that range from NNPC, the NUIMS, the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, and so on and so forth. And so I've looked at all the domains of partnership. And if a business is to succeed, these are domains that I suggest that we partner. And of course, I have failed to mention, and I'll mention partnership that also involves individual players. So as we discuss today, we need to see how can we leverage on the network that is so present here, whether it be the network in the physical space or the virtual space. Let me close by providing an overall thematic, what I would call a thematic approach to collaboration. I have mentioned that there are challenges to collaboration and partnership, but just like I've said, no one abandons the use of aeroplanes and cars because they have been involved in accidents and crashes. We should not abandon collaboration and partnership. Instead, we should seek for what will work, or we may agree to disagree agreeably. I remember the works of Stephen Covey in his 7 Habits of Highly Effective People when he tells us some of the ways, the process of effective collaboration. In habit 4, he says, seek win-win. So as you collaborate, be clear about what is a win for you, and then seek a win also for your partner. The more you seek a win for your partner, the more your partner is willing to collaborate with you. His habit 5 says, seek first to understand, then to be understood. As you collaborate with people, either on an individual or corporate basis, your process of conversation should seek first to understand what is a win, what is the benefit this fellow is seeking for, this company is seeking for. And then perhaps when you're able to articulate the benefit of the opposing party, your own exposition of your benefit will be more acceptable. And then finally, it says in Habisis Synergize. Habisis Synergize talks about the fact that getting to an acceptable collaboration and partnership involves communication back and forth. Not my way, not your way, but what is the third alternative which it talks about. And so I present that to us, whether at an individual basis or corporate basis, to enhance our collaboration and partnership. We must also be clear, whatever parties are, whether individuals or corporate, what are your values? And so you should be clear about your values as an organization, maintain your values, and be flexible in matters of style. I remember a government organization that we had to deal with, my group, and we could sense that from the body language, somebody new came in, that they wanted us to play ball. And you know what I mean by play ball. We do not play ball in our organization. We have a mandate that sometimes things may be delayed, but there's no way I could go and play ball. And after several months, a year or two, that individual in that role came to understand that we did not play. I think the person thought that previous people in that role who were favorably disposed to us were getting some things from us. But that individual came to recognize that it was not so. It was simply a case of relationship building. And so the relationship has improved. It has taken about 2 years, 2.5 years or more, but it's been improved now to the extent that that group is singing praises. And so I close with this last comment, that the journey is a long one. Journey of collaboration and partnership is a long one. Let's not allow the circumstances we face now to deter us. We have a maxim that we quote in our organization. We say that we should learn to prioritize progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. And let me close with this statement from the scriptures that emphasize the benefit of collaboration. It says, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor. And it goes on to say, if one falls, the other picks them up. So 2 are better than 1. Collaboration is a necessary and important value, a necessary and important behavior, and a necessary and important practice that will produce various benefits. I'd like to thank you for listening to me.
Clapping. Let's clap, let's clap, let's clap. That was such a wonderful keynote presentation. Okay, that was such a wonderful keynote presentation. A round of applause for Mr. Ephraim Osunde. Thank you so much, sir. And sir, you're such a wonderful lecturer. You know, I've been jotting and jotting. My phone is full because I just said a couple of things down, including, and I like the fact that you were able to give more example to what you're saying, sir. That's commendable. A round of applause again. And then, you know, it reminds me of an American actor and a political activist, Ellen Keller. And she said, alone we can do little, but together we can do much. So collaboration is important. As I said, we have to be flexible and ensure that we maintain our values, which is very, very wonderful. Thank you so much, sir. Or are you doubting that I didn't jot down? I have a couple of things. I don't want to bore us. Don't let me bore us and become another lecturer. So we're going on to the next session, which is the interactive session on expectation from both parties. Our corporate, okay, questions. So please, if you want to take the mic and ask questions, please feel free to do so. Online, please drop the question on the chat box so that we can read it out. And so you can raise your hand if you want to ask questions. Don't be shy. Online, so if there are a couple of questions online, I would, any question? You know, this forum is a platform for exchange of ideas and practices. So if you have questions, please raise your hand. And if you're shy, please, you can request for a paper from one of our ushers, and they'll give you the paper for you to write. IPP is saying, why should I shy? I heard that, sir. Any questions? Okay. While we are waiting for questions, let's go to the next agenda on the program, which is the interactive session on expectations from both parties. Do you have questions online? Do we have questions online? Okay, so we have some questions online. Okay, please note that the audio is lost online. Okay, we apologize for that. That's a long time ago. Do we have, okay. Are there questions? Any hands up? Oh, we have wonderful presentation, insightful presentation. Okay, so while we are drafting our question, let's go to the next agenda on the program. So I'm going to call on the Director of Membership and Market Development for his presentation. So it's going to be an exchange of ideas and best practices right now. Are you ready, sir? Can we go on now? Please, a round of applause for my director. Thank you. Please clap.
Thank you very much, Esther. And Mr. President, sir, permit me to stand on the established protocols. I'd like to appreciate everyone for making our time to be here this morning. We know how busy Lagos can be, and especially this week. I don't know what is on with this week. You know, we talked about this morning. It's like everybody is just so busy this week, maybe because it was a short week. Yet you still found time to be here. We really appreciate that. On behalf of the leadership, we'd like to thank every one of us. It's not vote of thanks yet. It's an interactive session. So I'll be leading this session. It's interactive. And so if you didn't ask questions in the last, when you were asked to ask questions, now you will need to ask questions. But to lead it, we just want to share with us, firstly, about CIPM, because as we have had the president say that in his welcome address, we have non-members, non-corporate members of CIPM here, as well as corporate members. So I'd like to tell us a bit about CIPM and the value of being a corporate member. And also for our corporate members to see some of the values you stand to gain being a corporate member. And we will be able to look at those things together and how much of it you've enjoyed, how much you still have to enjoy. So yes, please go on. CIPM, as we know, is the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria. And we, move on, please. Thank you. So, yes, we are the apex regulatory body for the practice of human resource management in Nigeria. In fact, I'd like to say we are the only one that is chartered by the law of Nigeria to regulate human resource management. We have several associations, we have several bodies, but I stand to say here on the integrity and honor of CIPM, ask any one of them, let them show you their charter. Number one, if they have one, let them show you where it is written that they are empowered to regulate HR. There's none other in Nigeria as of today. And this is a confirmed document we can all access. It's online. If you have access to go to even document government agencies, you can get it. Decree 58 of 1992 is now Act CAP I-15, please. It's not 115. It's I-15 LFN 2004. That is when the decree were now admitted as acts of the government by the National Assembly. Our vision is to be the institute of choice for people management. And I'd like to explain this quickly. Now, we have the power to enforce that anybody who practices HR in Nigeria must be a member. The charter empowers us to do that. But rather we chose the path of value creation and value delivery, so that in your choice, when it comes to people management, it's automatic you think CIPM. That's what we are here for. And we have a mission to promote excellence in people management. This is part of why we're here today. To optimize the human potential and to standardize the regulation of human resource management practice. Now, again, the issue was established in 1968, and we did not get this charter until 1992. That is 24 years of proven consistency, professionalism, and adding to the body of knowledge and the growth of the nation. And then they said, no, CIPM is worth giving this charter to regulate this practice. And today, after 55 years, we're developing the practice of human resource management. We're growing the profession itself, growing professionals, and driving sustainable businesses and national success. And like we've had in terms of collaboration, we want to invite you to join us in this journey to develop sustainable businesses in Nigeria. You know, there's a saying that, you know, business don't last in Nigeria beyond the first generation, maximum second generation. But then we want to say we are able to get businesses to the third, the fourth, the fifth, the 100th generation in Nigeria, Nigerian businesses. And we are on a mission to do this. How many would like to join us in this mission? We will get there. I can't see hands up. All right, thank you. Our core values, short for it is script: service, creativity, respect, teamwork, professionalism, integrity. Now, I will not bore us reading all through these, but again, that is who we are. I would just like to highlight two of them. We survive by providing quality service to our members. And this is a promise we make, whether individual members or corporate members. And we do this professionally in all we do. And like we say, teamwork is in our blood. Collaboration, teamwork is in our blood. That is who we are. This is the core objective of CIPM, to create a forum for discussion of matters concerning human resource management, like this forum. So we're here fulfilling our objective, which we promised to do, to unite the force of all those who feel the need to achieve and maintain high standard of people management in Nigeria, to improve the general level of human resource management education through seminars, conferences, learning events, and on, and to determine the standard of knowledge and skills of who will be professionals and practitioners of this people management profession. We develop and maintain high standards of professional competence and ensure that management of human resources in Nigeria, both in public and private sectors, conforms with the best professional standards. Who are stakeholders in achieving this? Of course, the members of the Institute. How many of us are members, individual members of CIPM here? Please raise your hand. Mine is up because I am a member. Of course, I don't expect President to raise his hand. Of course, automatically. It goes without saying that the president, the vice, and national treasurer are members of the institute. But amongst the audience, online too, if you're a member, raise up your hand or you give us a chat. Let's see who are members of the institute. Thank you very much. Great. You are our key stakeholder and the first of it. Also, the government at every level, the federal, the state, and the local government. We partner across the government. And I'm happy today that we have some of our partners, even at the state level, here today. At the appropriate time, we will be hearing from some of them. This is where we connect with you, employers of labor, organizations, whether you employ 2 people or 2,000 people or 200,000 people. And as you will see, as we go along, right here in this room and online, we have a diverse set of organizations who are corporate members of the Institute, from the consultancy firms who run maybe a team of 5 people to organizations who have employees across the nation to organizations who are multinationals, who are corporate members of the Institute. These are stakeholders in ensuring that the vision, the mission, the objectives of the Institute is achieved. Educational institutions, and some of these are corporate members of the Institute, and professional bodies as well. Our reach, you can't beat the reach. Like they say, we have 30 branches of the CIPM, 28 in Nigeria, and 2 outside the country in UK and Canada. We have over 20,000 members of the Institute. We cover the entire 6 geopolitical zones, and this gives us strength, broad-based strength for you to come into and be part of and network. So there is practically nothing you need in this journey of collaboration that you can find in CIPM. Please, Mama. Thank you. So CIPM, to become a member, we have 3 main routes. One is through examinations. How many of us members came in through examinations to CIPM? Oh, good. How many of us did operations research? Good. You know, that's one subject that people will like. Right now, we have what we call the experienced practitioners route for people who have been practicing people management over the years, but for one reason or the other, weren't members when they started a career. CIPM opens the doors to see them become members. And to those who we're dealing with here, the corporate membership, that is organizations themselves becoming members of CIPM. And that is why we're here today. So I believe everyone who is seated here is representing one organization or the other, whether you are currently corporate members or potential corporate members. Now I'd like to talk a bit about corporate membership, what it takes to be a member. Why did we even set out to have corporate membership? We seek to support companies to establish and sustain structured human resource management system that helps them to build their organizations to be sustainable on a long run, not the ones that come like a flash in the pan. They succeed after 5 years, then 10 years, 15 years, they fizzle out. No, you'll be here. And there's a book called Built to Last, written by Jim Collins. How many of us have read it? We want to replicate what he was writing about. Companies who have been existing for 100 years, replicating here in Nigeria. We support SMEs, so we're not just for the big ones. We are also for the small ones. Support SMEs and startup companies who also desire to scale sustainably, to build such system that will help them. They leverage our expertise, our experience, and our business network and platforms to do this. And through this, we drive prospective members, both individual and corporate. How many of us are not corporate members of the Institute who are here today, seated? None? Yes, I know we're here, so thank you. So that's part of why we're here. We want to see the value you can get and to make you feel, why did I waste so much time? What have I been waiting for that I've not been a member of the Institute? Okay, what are the values you stand to gain? You have access to learning and development programs, such as this and many more. You have brand visibility when you become a corporate member. You have opportunity to network your business, collaborations and referrals, advocacy, business tools and resources, and your brand gets credibility. We have some corporate members that, because of the fact that they joined CIPM as a corporate member, they were able to get certain businesses and contracts they were looking for. And I hope if we're able to get a few of them, they can share their experiences here today. So this is what you get as becoming a member. So I'll just talk a bit more about some of these. Of course, we get free copies of our periodicals, our journals, and our magazines, which are based on HR research and outcomes, which gives value to your businesses. A again, you can participate in our annual HR Best Practice Award. I would like to speak to this a little bit. You know, this program, which we call the HR Oscars, gives you a huge opportunity to what I call free consultancy. By participating in our HR Best Practice Award, you get your HR system evaluated, assessed, and then you are placed in comparable organizations and you get feedback on how you performed against our benchmarks, against other comparable organizations within that category. You get to know what others are doing. And in fact, you can actually relate with some of those who did well, those who won awards. You can ask them, what are you doing? How are you doing it? What has helped you achieve this? Do I have anyone who have won any of our awards here? Best, thank you. Total Energies, yes. So you can actually reach out to them and say, okay, what are the things you're doing? And they will gladly tell you what they're doing, what is working for them. So this is one thing that we encourage all our corporate members never to miss. It's free. You don't pay for it to be part of this. And at the end of it, you win an award. And for even if you do not win, the experience alone does a lot to your HR system. Of course, you have discounted access to advisory services on rewards management, survey data, compensation and benefits, policy design, as well as consulting services in organizational design, performance management, and guidance on compliance with government legislations. This is very important for organizations who are just coming in to establish in Nigeria, and for those who are just starting up. You see, there are a lot of pitfalls, minefields that you might not know, but because we have been here all this while and we have strong collaboration with government, we can guide you through how to comply with these regulations and demands of government and avoid the minefields. These are part of the value you get as being a corporate member. Now you have ready access to subject matter experts on issues relating to industrial relations and labor law. You know, there's somebody who's smiling here. He likes anytime we will talk about industrial relations. He said, look, HR is not complete in Nigeria until you talk about industrial relations. That's my IPP. So you have access to expertise in this field. We still have a lot of issues relating to, in fact, do I need to emphasize that? As a nation, we're currently going through one. The issue around minimum wage. Some will even tell you it's not wage, it's salary. There's a lot of things around this, but we have experts in the house who can actually help you navigate through this. And you get discount on CIPM fee paying programs. Every one of them. Being a corporate member, I would like to explain this a little bit more. Now, when you are a corporate member, we have differential fees for those who are members of CIPM and those who are not members of CIPM. But because you're a corporate member, every of your staff that you send to CIPM program, whether they are members or not, get to pay member fee because you, who is sending them, is a corporate member. And you can just do a mind calculation. If you're sending, in the course of a year, you send 50 of your members of staff to our training programs, look at the discount you will get over the years and look at the subscription you're paying. You realize that there's more value for you in being a corporate member than playing the outside game. Okay, so this is just more around the value you get. You have discounted rates when you sponsor delegates to our key events, such as the International Conference and Exhibition. And I stand bold to say that this is the largest gathering of HR people south of Sahara. In fact, I can take the risk to say in Africa. Because I've actually tried to check and see, even the ones that we have in Northern Africa. As at the last conference of CIPM, we had over 3,000 physical delegates and close to 1,000 who are joining virtually. And this year, we're expecting to hit the mark of 5,000 both virtual and physical delegates. This is a huge opportunity, not just for learning, but for also what? Collaboration. I don't need to emphasize again here the value of collaboration. The president and our keynote speaker has spoken elaborately on this. I can give you instances of people who, by coming to the conference, have been able to get new businesses. Some businesses were about dying. They discover there is somebody who is looking for what they do and have been looking around. But because they came to this ICE, this International Conference and Exhibition of CIPM, the business revived. I invite you to the ICE 2024, happening October 14 to 17 this year at Chida in Abuja. And we will have the advert. Don't miss it. Also, we have the Special Human Resource Forum, which also holds annually. And the next one is coming up in less than a month, July 11th. It's virtual, so you can attend it anywhere you are in the country or in the world. And you won't believe, you won't believe how much we charge for this. Just as a corporate member, it will be 30,000 for you and for anybody in your organization that is attending, which is the member fee. If we look at the programs we're having, how many of us have a program? Just lift it, flip it. Yes. If you flip it, that's the Special Human Resource Forum on the reverse side. You have all the details there. As a corporate member, you get discount on this. Then we have our learning and development programs, which happen periodically, which is focused on key subjects and topical matters in human resource management, and which you can attend. We will share, we'll share some of the calendars with us here, or for everyone who is here, you will be getting the e-copy of our training calendar so that you can nominate your staff to be part of this program. Because you're a corporate member, you get discount on this. Brand visibility, I've spoken about that. But specifically, when you become a corporate member, you get a listing on our website and you get mentions. You can see us mentioning some here today. I will still mention many more. So you have brand visibility. Of course, business collaboration and referrals. Many of it has happened. Many is happening currently. And trust me, they will continue to happen. These are part of the value you get being a corporate member of the Institute. Networking, brand credibility has spoken to us to this. How becoming, I know there are a number of organizations who need to get, especially in the oil and gas, and thank God I have some of the oil and gas giants here who recruit for you. Chevron, keynote speaker, Total Energies. You know, they need to be corporate members of CIPM for them to be able to get that job to recruit for the oil and gas. And because they are members of CIPM, it gives them credibility. If I may ask Mr. Chevron, sir, as Mr. Sunday, when you are looking through a list of those who are applying to hire for you, and you see one organization who is a corporate member of the Institute and others who are not, which one are you likely to pick when they have met other conditions?
Well, at least it adds to their credibility.
Thank you very much for that confirmation. Please, a round of applause to Mr. Sunday. Being a member of CIPM, a corporate member, to your credibility as an organization. Of course, advocacy, because again of our collaboration with government, we do a lot of advocacy drives. And so the interest of our corporate members is taken alongside as we advocate with the government. And you have a lot of access to business tools and resources on our website and other sources because you are a corporate member. At this stage, a lot of talk from me. However, we say this is an interactive session. So we'd like to hear from some of our corporate members to talk about their own experience of being a corporate member. What value has it added to them? And so it's not just me talking about what I sell, it's those who have been part of this to talk about what they have received. I would like to invite Mr. Oluwole from Mark Timothy. Is he here? Yes, please. Come share your experience. Please, let's appreciate him. Give it. No, let him come to the podium so that everyone can see him. Yes.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me to remain on the already established protocol here, just to share one or two experiences with CIPM. I think if my memory can carry me well, it's been 3-4 years ago that, we started this partnership, and is it really a partnership yet? We're corporate membership because I'm still trying to digest the essence and where this, today's forum is taking us to. So I don't want to fully endorse yet. I'm hoping that some other communication are coming after this event. Okay, so relationship for a while. And I must say, and also commend, it's giving us some visibility, it's giving us some commendation, maybe market endorsement to some of our programs. We've seen HR directors, HR managers of organizations saying or commenting the fact that because they have seen us at CIPM events, like the conferences, coming back to request for our annual training calendar, but some of them are asking questions regarding, do we have any particular affiliation with CIPM as being a subsidiary kind of, because to them, when event and our name comes up, it's as if somebody within CIPM were involved. And I mean, to the best of my knowledge, that being because I'm managing partner CEO at Marketing Multi Association, so I've been from the foundation, I've been around. There's been no particular director from us who was a founding member of CIPM. So this is a voluntary relationship. This was a deliberate attempt from us at Maximum to, align with what CIPM is doing. And because we have seen what CIPM as a professional body stands for, we deliberately align, because we know if organizations are to be said to be in their third, fourth, fifth, and many more generation, it has to be that such organizations are managing their people, their talent well. And when the director was making his presentation now, he said that they want to see, or they want to continuously promote the sustainability of Nigerian businesses. I see that as, again, aligning with what we call our daily mantra at Mactimoti Associates, because we see ourselves developing workforce of today and tomorrow. So for me, this has been some of the things that has made us to remain in this alliance with CIPM, and I want to assure that we'll continue to do so. Thank you.
A round of applause for Mr. Oluwole. And we share name. I really don't recognize him before, so I have to be looking this way, and then he raises his hand there. But you say he said something there that people even thought that his consultancy is a subsidiary of CIPM. That is to the extent that becoming a corporate member, we're ready to give your brand a visibility. I would like to hear from, please permit me to, the way I am able to call that name. It's Peria Kimeng. Perita Kimeng that's the executive director from Stresset Integrated Limited. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please also permit me to stand on existing protocol. Okay, so I'm from StreetSet Services, and we have a sister company called StreetSet Integrated, and we've been in business for the past 18 years. And our association with CIPM has been of tremendous benefits. I'm going to just talk briefly on 3 areas. The first one is on capacity building. As an organization, I know our association with CIPM has come a long way. I mean, in our early days, so we're about almost over 10 years, that we've been corporate members of CIPM. And of course, at the start of our business, we knew where we wanted to go. And so at the beginning of every year, as we look at capacity building, our first go-to is to look out for the CIPM training and development calendar. So whenever we're looking at training or we're looking at upskilling our team members, because our business is all about people. And so everything we do is about people because we are an outsourcing firm. And so we speak people, we think people, we speak people, everything people. And so when we look at capacity building, our first go-to is the CIPM calendar. So we're looking at what programs they have and how we can benefit from those programs to upskill and also build the capacity of our people. So that's one thing that we do. And also with the international financial reporting standards, it is now a requirement for organizations to have people with certification. And so with our association with CIPM, we can confidently endorse on any of our annual reports. Because I know that for organizations who do annual reports and all that, at the end of your audit, that is a requirement. And so association with CIPM has been of tremendous benefit in that area. And also when we look at another area that I know that it has also been of huge benefit, of course, in our dealings also with our clients. I mean, that's one area they also want to look at. I mean, what association are you related with? They want to see all of that. And I know that CIPM has been of tremendous benefit in that regard, and just even with the presentation, with Director of registration. I mean, when he talked about it, I mean, we could see, the whole gamut of all that, the benefits. And I can attest to that we have benefited tremendously from all of this. And right now, even our managing consultant is also a fellow of CIPM. And our sister company is also looking to be a member. Even today, I came with some of the documentation to, start the registration process of our sister company, with Andy. So thank you so much, CIPM. And I believe the sky is not just the limit. I know it's going to go way beyond that. And with the new ESCO, we know that it's going to take it even higher. So thank you so much.
Appreciate you, madam, from StreetSet. All right, so we will go online to another of our corporate member. Kim Nike, are you there? Please, you can unmute and share your experience with us. Tell us your organization and what the benefit of being a corporate member has been.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is
Good morning.
Ntem
If it's okay,
Nate.
if you can also put on your camera so that we can spotlight you here and people can see your face. Thank you. Please, you can go ahead. Hello, Nkem. If you can go ahead, please.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Permit me to stand on existing protocol. My name is Ntem Nate. I work with MTN Nigeria. And I'll just like to use a few minutes to speak to the relationship between MTN and CIPM. So we've been partners to CIPM for several years, and from how it has impacted us as a business, we have been able to leverage the different tools and resources the Institute makes available to its members. I smiled when you made a mention of the discounts that are available by virtue of being a corporate member. And that's one area where we tend to really enjoy such benefits from the Institute. The learning interventions we participate in, the Special Human Resources Forum, and we are always present at the international conference and exhibitions. We trust that those events are always very impactful to our staff. It offers us opportunities to network with people across the industry, share learnings, and then also get ideas on how we could improve our own organization. So just appreciating CIPM for the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to continuous business with the Institute. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, let's appreciate Nkem. That is Nkem Nike from MTN Nigeria. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard from me. Of course, what else will I have said? I will say my market, right? But again, you have heard from those who have bought. And I believe, even if you don't believe what I've said, you will believe what they have said because it's their experience. And so, next steps, please, slides. So this is a summary of the value you get as a corporate member. And trust me, more is coming in the pipeline. At this point, I would like to ask, somebody's raising their hand. Okay, we will get to time. Margaret Ejiro. Okay, maybe she wants to speak as somebody with experience. Okay, so we'll get into questions and answer time now. Again, maybe from what I have said, there's one or two questions you have. Let's ask our questions now. And so we might want to start with, let's take two people from online and then we'll come back into the room. Who have you unmuted? Who is there? Okay, so Margaret Ejiro Edoja, please allow to talk. Yes, please unmute and let's hear you. Margaret. Okay, we can go to the next person, Isiaka Ajibola Otun. You can unmute and ask a question.
All right, thank you, sir. I would like to stand on the existing protocol. My own is not just by experience now because my entity is yet to be a corporate member of CIPM. However, what I can, point out to be what I've been gaining, even though I'm yet to be a member, is that anytime we want to go on training, we consult on the, we used to, look at the CIPM training calendar in such a way that we believe that training calendar of CIPM is based on, like, after surveying of what people are really lacking in the economy as a whole, that can really bring effectiveness and efficiency and performance productivity, so to say, in their role. So we pick from there to now customize it in such a way that it will fit in our system, and it has been working for us. But I have a special request here today. My entity is a school, secondary school, and primary school and creche, that kind of a system. We are very small in size, and I want to know if CIPM really has a plan of having us on board, like our size in terms of our own. Maybe we are going to have our own membership fee, different from, we're talking about multinationals who are also corporate member. So that is my special request on this forum. Thank you very much. I'll be glad to have that.
Okay, a round of applause for Isiaka Ajibola. Thank you so much. And yes, I can tell you for a fact that, like I said before, I'm repeating it again, CIPM has a place for SMEs and startups. So there's a place for educational institutions, the category in our corporate membership. Of course, you have an opportunity to let us know reach out to us, and then we will take you through the process and give you all the support you need to become a corporate member. Thank you very much. All right, before I take the next person, if you are the owner of EKY 582BU, that's Toyota Camry blue color, we need you to repack. You're blocking someone. So it's Toyota Camry blue color, registration number EKY 582BU. All right, so I will take a few more questions. Adewale Olalekan Adebayo. Is okay, Zabayomi. Forgive me. Thank you, Mr. President. So Adewale Olalekan, please, you can speak.
Thank you very much. I'm speaking from Ibadan. And I mean, the presentation has been so wholesome and beautiful and very, very resourceful. And I mean, I've been to your office in Lagos in terms of the corporate membership, and so this is coming timely. You spoke so much about brand visibility, and I mean, my organization is into diagnostic, and we won an award in the US, BP2W. And we are so eager to partner and to be part of the ICU conference coming up in Abuja. But where I want you to talk more is the aspect of collaboration and referral. You said referral. That's one of the aspects, I mean, the benefit of brand, I mean, membership. So can you please speak more on that? I would like to know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Adewale. In terms of collaboration and referrals, I'll speak to collaborations and then to referrals in that order. For collaboration, there are some organizations who are also maybe in a similar field. You have an opportunity to pitch for a business, but the business seems to be too big for the size of your organization. You can approach us in CIPM. We will partner together with our weight and our name. We get that business, we run it together, and then we have, I mean, an agreement on how we share that. So that speaks to collaboration straight. And that's why you can see that we say we take it as a stakeholdership. You wonder why CIPM, we run training. Why are we going to allow another training firm become our member? Because, see, we are blazing the trail. There's a huge market in Nigeria. And rather than those markets going outside, we can work with you to ensure that we capture it here in Nigeria. So that's one area of collaboration. When it comes to referrals, you know, that again, that's a function of people coming to us. Oh, by the way, I need to do this. Do you perhaps know anyone who does something like this? We go into our list of corporate members. That's the one we have. Those are the people we have relationship with. And so we can recommend from our list of corporate membership. We can refer people, go check our website, see the list and see whoever comes close to what you need. So I believe that speaks to what you're asking, Mr. Adewale. All right, thank you. I would like to take maybe just 2 questions more here. And while we're looking for, while we're doing that, we sent out surveys to our members. I don't know how many of us filled the survey. There we had asked question around, because again, they say feedback is what? The food of champions. We thrive also on hearing from you. Yes, you have enjoyed a lot of benefit from us. Are there some things again that you are looking at? Can CIPM do this also? Can we bring in this? Can we look at this? We want to hear from you. So if there's anyone like that, please, the floor is open. A question, feedback on our services, or what you want to get more, both online and here. Please, online people are taking over. People are sitting there, don't say you are marginalized, or I didn't marginalize you. All right, please, let's appreciate. Please come, yes, come.
Well, thank you. Once again, I will stand on existing protocol. I remember filling the survey, and I also remember answering one of the questions, and that was on the payments of the annual, subscription fee. And from the past, I know when we first started, the first 5 years, every start of the year, we get some notification, to pay. But in the past 3-4 years, we noticed that that has declined, and we felt that that needs to be brought back. Because, when people start the year, there's just so much that they're faced with. They're trying to put their budget together, try to get the year started. And so all those subscriptions might not be in the fall, might not be before them. And so there's that need for constant reminder, to pay up, on the subscription. In fact, at the point, we had to even say, CIPM is a bit quiet on this subscription. And I think we got up to May when we finally realized that, wow, subscription had not been paid, because our finance now had, the chart, and they showed us that you're supposed to have paid within the first quarter. And we're now in the second quarter, and, it's still showing that is yet to be paid. And so we now, sent, a message to CIPM and said, please give us all our standing subscriptions so we can pay off. So we had to push for that. But I think it should be the other way around, coming from the, from the institute.
Thank you very much for that. If I were not in the public here, I want to really cover my face. You know what that means, really. Sincere apologies that we have to make you to push. That should not be it. So I'm making a promise here that not only will you get it at the beginning of the year, for 2025, you're going to get your subscription from November this year. That's a promise. Again, why it's important is that when you are putting together your budget, is the best time for you to have known, so that it's not coming as a shock and then you are seen as a debtor. Also, to help us in that is that we realize also that we have some of our organizations that the address might not be correct. And that's part of why we want to also get closer to you to know what is your current address, who is the current person. Sometimes for some of our big organizations, the person who was handling it had left the organization and probably did not hand over well. So nobody else is taking responsibility. But all of those is one of the reasons why we're connecting now. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate. Yes. Any other person? Feedback, please. Feedback. You better say it, because that's the way we will be able to serve you better. We're really looking for how to wow you more. Okay, we have Benga Owojori online. Please, can we enable Benga to speak as a namesake of my DR? All right, Benga, you can speak.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you very much for this wonderful presentation. So I will just like to ask my question on the responsibility and the regulatory policy that CIPM has as regard to labor outsourcing company.
Okay.
How does
I didn't get you very well.
Okay, so my question is, how does CIPM regulate or involve in the labor outsourcing companies process and activities?
Okay, so that's for those who recruit for others. Thank you very much, Benga. Yes, we do. And that's when you are a member, a corporate member of the Institute. Some of those who are here, right, seated here, that's what they do, right? So we have that relationship and that platform where, like we said in one of our values, that we help you to be able to comply with the rules of the government. So there are laid down rules by the government in terms of how you manage labor outsourcing operations. And to be honest with you, there are a number of people who run foul of this, and sometimes they get hit big time by the big hammer. But we will work with you to ensure that you can navigate that process. And also, through our advocacy, we'll try to establish what is the standards and help you to build up to that standards. And we do have a viable professional conduct and ethics committee where we have a breach by such a company and there's a petition that comes in. That's the other side now. Of course, we have our code of conduct committee that will look into that and address the issue of misconduct by HR professionals who are members of the Institute in flouting that. Our code of conduct said that the last statement there is what? You, after considering all options, where there are conflicts between the demands of your job and the standards of the profession as laid down by CIPM, resignation is a honorable option. So we have that. We have a mediation and conflict resolution committee as well. So there is a lot in which we can do to that, but time will not allow me to go through all of that with you. We can always reconnect after now, and then we can talk more to you about that. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's been a lot of time today, and we do not take it for granted again for spending your time with us. In rounding up, we thank you for your feedback. For those of us who have filled the form, thank you. We've seen the feedback you've given to us. We'll do more. And for those who are yet to, we are not closing it yet because we want to hear from you. Please endeavor to fill the form and in the survey and let us know what you think we can do better. Thank you very much. I'll take my leave now.
Thank you very much. Please let's clap for our director. That's the Director of Membership and Market Development. And thank you for the feedback. We appreciate those online. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of one of our elected council member, Mr. Adeyemi Ajayi, and Dr. Oluyemi Theophilus, MCIPM. Okay, thank you for joining us online. I think you want to say one or two things.
Thank you very much, Esther. Can you hear me? Confirm you can hear me, Esther.
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Thank you very much, Esther and everyone. Sorry, the light just went off where I am. This is just to appreciate all our corporate members and the intending members for being part of today's program. We assure you of great values for being partner with us at the Institute. And more importantly, we invite you to take part in all our upcoming programs, especially the Special Human Resource Forum and the International Conference and Exhibition happening in Abuja. We look forward to partnering with you, and we look forward to hearing more from you. Your feedback will help us to continue to improve as an institute. Thank you very much for being part of this afternoon. And that's all from me.
All right, thank you. That's Mr. Adeyemi Ajayi. Now let's go over to Dr. Oluyemi Theophilus Adeosun, MCIPM.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to salute and celebrate the captains of industry. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for your vision. Thank you for what you do for the economy and how you improve the capability, competencies of the employees. At CIPM, we are here as partners in progress, and we assure you of our unalloyed support and commitment to, support your people agenda as you also achieve your core business objective. Together, we are a formidable team, and we can help you achieve your immediate, short, medium, and long-term achievement, and so that we can also put your organization in a sustainable pedestal. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule to join us today. Hopefully, you have gotten value for your time, and we look forward to greater collaboration and service delivery. Thank you so much. Over to you, the moderator. Thank you.
Thank you. A round of applause for Dr. Oluyemi Theophilus Adeosun. And of course, we've been hearing about the International Conference and Exhibition, which is our 56th International Conference and Exhibition. I have a video to show you. Please, kindly show the video. Okay, so pending when we are ready to play the video, I would like to also give some information about the 56th International Conference and Exhibition. It will hold in Abuja from October 14th. Okay, so please let's play the video. A round of applause. The International Conference and Exhibition is the largest HR event in Africa. And this is based on statistics. Please, a round of applause. So if you're going to be there, please, kindly raise your hand. I want to see more. Of course. Oh, we have such a lovely corporate members. Oh, thank you. Okay, so let's go to the goodwill messages. I will be calling on our vice president, the vice president of our great institute, Mrs. Chidima Obiejese, MCIPM. Vote of thanks. Oh, goodwill. Okay. My salary needs to be paid at the end of the month. So I'm sorry, apologies, ma. Okay, vote of thanks. Okay, for the goodwill messages, I hope, you know what? Please, just a minute. We are still on board. I'm coming. Okay, I'm back online. Okay, we are showing the African Human Resource Summit. It will hold in Kigali. Kigali. Okay, for those of us that have not traveled to Kigali, you can hear it from our pronunciation. The African Human Resource Summit will hold in Kigali. Permit me to pronounce it whichever way. All right, let's go to the goodwill message. The goodwill message, please, I will call on the Director of Training from the Lagos State Ministry of Establishment and Training, Mrs. Dokumu Adegbite. Adegbite. Okay, is she around? Mrs. Oh, I will pronounce it well. So permit me to welcome the Director of Training from Lagos State Ministry of Establishment and Training, Mrs. Dokumu Adegbite, MCIPM. Thank you. My round of applause. I tried.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to be standing on the existing protocol. I'm going to try and establish a protocol because I don't know how well the one that was established. The chairman and president in council, CIPM, the national president, the national treasurer. I'm not going to get it really right. The IPP, my dear sister, so I'll take it again. President and chairman in council, CIPM, the vice president, CIPM, and then the treasurer, yes, and then the immediate past president, the IPP, members of the high table, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen of the press. It's really a pleasure to be here. And I was really trying to hide and not have to come out, but there's sometimes you can't do that. Okay, so like she did, she got my name pronounced, correctly. That's quite strange sometimes. My name is Abisola Dokumu Adegbite. I'm fortunate to be the Director of Training, Lagos State Ministry of Establishments and Training. So when you talk CIPM, you're talking about capacity building, development. And I picked up so many lovely, I was jotting as well, not only Esther was jotting. When the facilitator, if I may use that with all due respect, from Chevron was talking, the fellow CIPM, I'm sorry I didn't get the name fully, and she actually said something. I got a lot of things from you, and I hope we're still going to be able to get like a copy of your presentation. And then for me, you see, the Lagos State government, if you talk about it, is probably the largest employer of services. Let's use Lagos State. And then, so you know how many people I have to deal with when it comes to training and development, capacity building and everything. And each time we're still trying to always improve on what we do. And it's a new, with the administration we have now, it's a new civil service. A lot of people don't believe it, but I get asked many times when people come to my office and I've attended to them and I hear, what are you doing here? And I say, I work here. You've just spoken with me. And they're like, yeah, I know, but what are you doing here? I said, I work here. No, you know, you should be in the private sector. And after 25 years, I have absolutely no regrets being in the public service. That's the honest truth. And when I get to talk to people, I'm very biased about the public service. It's molded me. That's what I would say. Fine background, but the public service has molded me. And with CIPM and Lagos State government, we've had a very beautiful, robust relationship. Rocky sometimes, but honestly, much better now. And I publicly want to say to the last team, accumulating to this new team of officers in CIPM, even the few times when my head was busting out, they managed to, you know, the situation and bring it down. And I really must commend that. I really must, you know. Sometimes I call at odd hours, sometimes, and but they would look for a way to resolve it. So guys, merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. So, and when I was going to come out to talk, I came in, you know, invited as a director of training. As a public servant, you really honestly have to get permission to speak. We're supposed to be seen and not to be heard. So I'm speaking in my capacity as director of training, but as a member of CIPM. However, being a public servant, I know some of the activities that we do. And one of the things we're really working on now is the professionalization of the human resource cadre in the public service. Because over the years, I have worked in different MDAs and you hear some people say professionals. And I'm like, anytime I get to say that, I'm just as much of a professional as you are. If you're an engineer, I'm a professional human resource officer. So if you're a professional, I am. And that gives us, you know, a lot of leverage, especially when you know what you're doing and you know the nitty gritty. Currently, I know we're doing something. The Alausa chapter started this morning. Incidentally, it's clashing with, you know, this program, and it's called the Human Resource Series. And it's like the journey so far. It's supposed to take five weeks, once a week. So basically, we're continuously still into this. And I always sing the praises. Like I said, with all the trainings I've enjoyed, it's helped me build myself, self-develop, and I'm a preacher of self-development and personal branding in the public service. And also I think I became a member, how many, 2015, way back, you know, so by myself, and it's really encouraged me. It's really been a very exciting forum. I've learned quite a few things. Like I said, I have about 1.5 pages of jottings. And I hope to be part of another one. And I hope we honestly will be able to take some things up. And one thing again I got was, you know, the networking aspect. I think there are two people. The one person has run off, but there are two people I was really particular about, I was going to talk about. So I'm going to have to catch the next person before he or she runs off as well. I purposely use he or she. So because you use he, you know, it's a guy. If I use she, you know, it's a woman. So I use both. Really nice being here with everybody. Take care and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much. Okay, why Mrs. All right. Why Mrs. Adegbite was speaking, we about 2 people walked in. Mrs. Bemisola Akinola, the employer brand. Yeah, okay. Mrs. Bemisola Akinola, the employer brand manager for Nigeria Botley Company. Please, can you stand for recognition? Okay, thank you. And then Miss, I'm so sorry about that. All right, fine, thank you. And then we have Adanaya Omuneme from C&I Leasing PLC. Please stand for recognition. Thank you. We also have some couple of companies in our midst. We have the C&I Leasing PLC. We have from Lagos State Government, Ascentech Services, Nigeria Botley Company, We have from Total Energies, MC Timothy Associate, Mark Timothy, the handwriting, I'm so sorry. And then we have another one, don't let me pronounce, I can't really read the writing one, so I don't want to murder the name, but we recognize your presence. A round of applause for you. We appreciate the fact that we extended an invitation and you honored the invitation. Thank you and God bless. And right about now, I'm going to call on the President and Chairman of the Governing Council, Malam Hamed Ladan Gobi of CIPM, for the closing remark. Thank you. Yeah. 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 Please. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Let me just stand here like everyone else has done. Let me start by thanking everyone who's made it here today. Last time I checked, we had over 100 people online. And I was just telling the vice president that these days, you know, when you invite people to come for functions like these, and it appears to you like the hall is empty, you forget that there are quite a number of people, you know, who are attending virtually. And so we thank our online participants, just as we also thank all of you who are here with us physically. I want to quickly just react to the question that Benga Owujori asked about regulating the practice of HR amongst outsourcing companies. This is a conversation that we're going to be having for a long time, because it is part of our plan to actually activate the regulatory powers of the CIPM as contained in our charter. Incidentally, just before the elections, I had the privilege of being keynote speaker at the formal launch of the Employers Association for Private Employment Agencies of Nigeria, you know, at the Radisson Blu. And I think one of the things that I spoke about, albeit briefly because we were challenged by time then, is the need for even their activities, you know, to be regulated. And I had the privilege of also sitting with the president of the National Industrial Court, you know, at that occasion. And it was a conversation we were also having as we were seated there. So yes, Benga Ojori, we assure you that yes, as CIPM, we intend to begin to collaborate with other bodies like NECA, you know, like the Federal Ministry of Labor, to activate CIPM's regulatory powers to not only look at people in the outsourcing business, but actually to look at practitioners of HR who do not have the certification that the CIPM charter expects you to have to practice HR in Nigeria. I thought I should just make that intervention here. Having said that, again, I'm not the one doing the vote of thanks, but I'm so pleased that you've all come to join us here today. And we look forward to seeing the CEOs here amongst us, HR directors amongst us at the CEOs Forum, which will be happening very soon too. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Please, let's keep clapping. Keep clapping, 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 clapping. Thank you very much. Now, I'd like to call on the Vice President of the Institute, Mrs. Chidima Obejese, for the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Esther. Let me join everyone. Stand here. Good afternoon, everyone. Well, I'm standing here on behalf of the President and Chairman of Governing Council to say thank you. Thank you because this, for me, having been on leadership for a while, both as National Treasurer, this session we're having today, the HQ team will attest to that. It's something I've always looked forward to. Reason being that, like they say, collaboration and partnership have to be a win-win affairs. And I had really expected to hear more from us, hear what more can CIPM do. Like a mentor would always say, value is determined by the receiver, not the giver. We have railed out what we give and many more that we didn't state here. But for you, our corporate members, what more can we do? How can we add more value to your organization? That's what I had looked forward to hearing you say. But I'm sure you will say that via the survey that's sent out. And trust me, our ears are open. We are willing to hear. We are willing to take your feedback because feedback is the fruit breakfast for champion. So if we want to grow as an institute, and if we want you to grow, our guest speaker says it's inclusive growth. So if we want you to grow, we need to hear from you and you hear from us, and together we can grow and become that organization, that institute of choice for you, the organization of our choice. Thank you. Let me start by thanking God who made this happen anyway. We've been trying to do this for a while, but today we are here. So we thank God. I will also thank our guest speaker, Mr. Osunde Ephraim, FCIPM. Thank you, sir, for the nuggets you shared. Thank you for the insights. We all took very copious notes and we have all learned. I'm sure of that. And I want to say thank you for coming out each time we call on you. You always do this for us. You don't hesitate. Please give him a round of applause. And we look forward to that collaboration, not just with you, but more of it. Enhanced collaboration, you said, with Chevron. Thank you, sir. Let me also say thank you to our various corporate members here, both online for this and those present here for this almost 2.5 hours. It's been worth our while. We have learned, we have interacted, we have listened. I want to say thank you for taking out time off your busy schedule to be here. It all shows that you love CIPM. I know what time now money, like they say. And I know what it is these days. With the traffic, with the rain, we are all here. I want to say we appreciate you all, our corporate members, and we look forward to more interaction. I heard my sister, Mrs. Adebite, say something. She says sometimes with CIPM, but I will share this. I'm not sharing it. I'm just repeating what our guest speaker says. It says, the journey of collaboration is a long one, but let us prioritize progress over perfection. CIPM is not perfect, neither are we perfect, but we prioritize the fact that together we are on this journey and we are growing, becoming better than we were yesterday. Because two are better than one, as they have better reward for their labor. So thank you very much, HQ staff, for putting this together. I know what stress I have given you. And we do not just want to stop here. We hope that every year we can come together like this and share insights of how we can grow together, how we can become better institute for you, and how we can help make your organization one that is sustainable. And thank you, leadership, for approving this. Having said that, I want to say, IT team, our beautiful MC, thank you very much. And please, as we go, let's enjoy the rest of our day. As my president will say, at CIPM, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ma. All right, so it's been a wonderful journey for 2.5 hours. Thank you for boarding the flights with me. We're about to land now. A round of applause. Thank you for your patience. A round of applause for yourself. We also want to acknowledge some of our organizations online. I called the one that are here physical. We acknowledge you. We appreciate you. Like the VP said, thank you very much. So right about now, we are going into, okay, so we've made some reservation in terms of food and for refreshment. So as you're going, kindly pick once you step out of the hall. But before that, please can we rise for the national anthem so we can bring the program to a close. He said, the pledge. No, let's do the national anthem. Thank you. Okay, let's do the pledge. One to go. CIPM. Thank you. God bless. Thank you. All right, please, let's come together for group pictures. Group pictures. Thank you. Please, let's move forward for group pictures. Please, let's come together for group pictures. Picture. Come together for group pictures. Group pictures. Group pictures.